Hello, and welcome to a unique episode of WRD Reacts. Doing a recommended video in the Super Carlin Brothers Discord channel for a 5 secret theories of Severus Snape in the world of Harry Potter you might have missed. The thumbnail is Snape and Umbridge, and implying a romantic relationship with Snape and Umbridge. So, we're gonna tear this thing apart.
Greetings, student subscribers and casual listeners of my channel. Today I want to discuss 5 theories about the life and personality of Severus Snape that have caught my attention. Of course, these are just fan speculations, so don't take them too seriously. Enjoy watching. Theory number 1. Strong friendship. I think no one will argue that Snape is a true master of potion making.
True.
Not only can he brew even the most complex potions like Wolfsbane potion, but Severus was already clever enough in his school years to make his own improvements to established recipes.
Yes.
Harry experienced Snape's profound knowledge firsthand when he got his hands on a textbook signed as The Property of the Half-Blood Prince. This wasn't limited to potion making. The notes in the margins contained much other useful information. Interestingly, Lily Evans, Harry Potter's mother, also had a talent for potion making, as Professor Slughorn constantly mentions in the 6th book. Quote, "A clear winner," he cried to the dungeon. Excellent, excellent, Harry. My goodness, you've inherited your mother's talent. Lily was a great potion maker. Well,
Liquid
here's
death,
your prize,
or
a vial of Felix Felicis, as promised, and use it wisely. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I hope you haven't forgotten that Lily and Severus were close friends for a long time. Good, because this interesting fact led fans to think that the source of her success in potion making might be the same as Harry's. Of course, this refers to the Half-Blood Prince's textbook. Severus, who was in love with Lily since childhood, likely shared his own work with her, helping her with her studies. According to this theory, Harry followed in his mother's footsteps and gained fame as a natural potion maker by shamelessly using the fruits of someone else's labor. According to another version, which doesn't diminish Lily's accomplishments, she was indeed a gifted witch, and friends learned the complex science of potion making together, sharing their observations. This means that some of the notes in Advanced Potion Making could indirectly be by Lily Evans, Harry Potter's mother. But whatever the truth, Severus most likely showed his textbook to someone. The fact that the spell Levicorpus, invented by him, became very popular among Hogwarts students supports this. So much so that James Potter even used it against Severus himself. Quote, maybe Severus used it against James too. And I got hold of his old potions book. The book is full of spells he invented. One of them is
as far as Lily getting
that was quite popular during my
contributing
time at Hogwarts,
to this book.
In my 5th year, nobody could move without being hoisted into the air by their
See, there you go.
My dad used it
everybody's
too, said Harry.
using Levicorpus.
I saw him in the pensieve, using it on Snape.
I think James or Severus would have used it on James at some point.
Spell, meaning it doesn't need to be spoken aloud. Since no one could simply overhear the formula, the conclusion is obvious. Someone among Severus's schoolmates read his notes and spread the Levicorpus trend throughout the castle.
It's something that came beforehand. No, it's a spell that had been before and had come and gone, and they come and go out of fashion. He just happened to write it down. He didn't make it up, he just happened to write it down.
2. Why not him? Snape is hard to call an ideal teacher, despite his outstanding abilities and deep knowledge of the most complex areas of magic. He is often rude, overly strict, and does not hide his blatantly biased attitude towards all students except Slytherins, for giving them any
Yeah.
Naturally, Harry, know-it-all Granger, and surprisingly, Longbottom get the worst of it.
And the Weasley twins, and Lee Jordan, and several others.
He's terribly afraid of him. Of course, the scatterbrained Neville
we don't get those stories,
for such a precise science as potions.
but it is blatantly
Thus,
obviously
Snape's
there. It is implied.
With his dubious success is quite
I
understandable.
think even Percy says
However,
Snape doesn't like other students.
The boy, especially compared to Crabbe, Goyle, or Harry and Ron, whose brews are also far from perfect. It seems that Snape hates Longbottom, and, surprisingly, there's a reason for that. No, the non-confrontational Neville did nothing to provoke Severus's anger or personal dislike. It's about the very fact of his birth, as terrible as that sounds. Neville, like Harry, fit the conditions of the prophecy about the chosen one.
Okay.
However, Voldemort, for some reason, decided to go after the Potters.
So Snape could have
led to Lily's death. And maybe every time Snape looks at Neville, he thinks that if the Dark Lord had chosen this
as
boy
he's saying,
instead of Harry, his beloved would still
resents
be alive.
Neville
Here's a reason
for not
the animosity.
being chosen instead.
The odd
but
thing, Harry,
Neville's pure blood and Harry is half-blood,
it may not have meant you at all.
Voldemort.
Sybil's prophecy could have applied to 2 wizard boys, born at the end of July that year, both born to parents who had thrice defied Voldemort. One, of course, was you. The other was Neville Longbottom. But then, why was it my name on the prophecy and not Neville's? The official record was changed to reflect Voldemort's attack on you as a baby, Dumbledore explained.
Yeah.
The keeper of the Hall of Prophecy thought that Voldemort knew whom he was after, and therefore made the prophecy about you. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Theory number 3.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
It seems everyone has heard of this theory, yet people keep bringing it up in comments under almost every one of my articles.
Here's the Umbridge potential, maybe?
So I must mention it at least
Order of
this
the Phoenix.
Quote, Potter, Snape suddenly said, what would I get if I added powdered root of asphodel to an infusion of wormwood?
That's
Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, okay. There
This
you
was
go.
the question Snape asked Harry during their
quoting
first
that correctly.
potions lesson.
You did fix
Some
that.
fans were surprised to discover a hidden message in this phrase. If you refer to floriography, i.e. the language of flowers, this quote takes on an unexpected meaning. I must say that florists often made up secret meanings for plants, and often the same flowers had different meanings depending on time or place. We are interested in the so-called Victorian language of flowers, so theorists claim that asphodel speaks of deep regret and mourning, while wormwood signifies sorrow over parting. And if you remember that asphodel is a type of lily, Snape's phrase can be interpreted as, I deeply regret Lily's death.
Yeah.
Amazingly,
you got that right.
If you refer to the appropriate literature, asphodel and wormwood indeed have such meanings.
Okay.
However,
so far nothing that I'm objecting to.
Is a type of lily. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems that someone just adjusted the facts to fit their theory, since these 2 plants belong to different genera, families, and
I need to look
orders,
that up.
and their kinship starts only at the class
to confirm
level.
That.
Monocots. That's too little to consider them the same plant.
I would agree if he's accurate on that.
My regrets
and I'm assuming he is accurate on that.
Origin. In Greek mythology,
I think pretty sure there's something else
that underworld and was considered a symbol of death. In Homer's Odyssey, asphodel is mentioned as a flower of regret growing in the asphodel meadows in the underworld, where the souls of those who lived a mediocre life wander. Floriography, an illustrated guide to the Victorian language of flowers. Theory number 4, secret poet.
Okay.
Some fans have rightly noticed that among Severus's many talents, an unexpected one is poetry. Remember, for the protection of the Philosopher's Stone, Snape composed a rhyming logic puzzle that Harry and Hermione had to solve to proceed further.
Which could have been
definitely wrote one poem.
solved much easier by just looking at which potion had been drank
Fans
from,
speculated that Snape secretly
or
writes
if
poetry.
Quirrell had mixed them up.
When Dumbledore asked him to help protect the Philosopher's Stone, Snape decided to use not only his knowledge of potion making and logic, but also his passion for poetry. Theory number 5.
It's a stretch.
Prince Harry Potter's parents
very,
got married
very
almost
big stretch
after
to
finishing
say
school and died very young, 21 years old,
that
according
Snape
to fan
is a poet.
calculations.
I can buy it,
Snape
but
is the same age
it's
as
a stretch.
Lily, and during the events of Harry Potter,
okay.
he is still
so now
young.
we're on.
On this background, fans had a fair question.
James and Lily married quickly after.
The Half-Blood Prince, Severus's home is described as if no one has lived there for a long time, and Snape's parents, Tobias and Eileen, are not even mentioned. Perhaps they died or moved away. I can't vouch for his Muggle father, but fans doubt that Severus's mother died. This is because Hermione meticulously searched old issues of the Daily Prophet for any information about Eileen Prince. Quote, Hermione's answer was predictable. In the library, they have
hate to say it, but I think
I'll try to find out more
Eileen
about
Prince
see if I can find
was
anything.
killed.
Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
Murdered.
They were alarmed by the absence of an obituary or even a short note about the witch's death. The newspapers contained information that Eileen was the captain of the Hogwarts Gobstones team, mentioned her marriage to a Muggle, and that she had a son, but not a hint of her death. Of course, Hermione might just not have found the right issue, but theorists are not satisfied with such a possibility. Quote, I went through all the other old prophets and found a tiny announcement about Eileen Prince marrying a man named Tobias Snape.
Tobias.
And a bit later,
I think Tobias
it was reported that she gave birth to
Eileen.
A murderer, Harry burst out. Well, yes, Hermione confirmed.
That's my
so
theory,
I was
anyways.
Partly right. Snape could be proud of being half-blood prince, you see?
Video has nothing to do with Snape and Umbridge.
Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Fans suggested that after Voldemort's fall, Snape could have hidden his mother to protect her from potential
so far. It's got a couple minutes
if any
yet,
Death Eaters who escaped punishment or their relatives decided to take revenge on Severus for his betrayal. And what is considered the safest place in the wizarding world? Right, it's Hogwarts. Quote, he was very thin, with a sallow, hook-nosed face. His greasy black hair fell to his shoulders. Description of Snape, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. It will sound crazy, but according to the theory, the librarian Madame Pince is Eileen Prince, Severus Snape's mother. First, fans noticed the physical resemblance between them and their strict characters. Quote, they froze, and moments later, the predatory face of Madame Pince appeared from behind the shelf, resembling a vulture. The light of the lamp she held in her hand unfavorably highlighted her sunken cheeks, parchment-like skin, and long, hooked nose. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. However, these are far from all the arguments. Pay attention to the librarian's name, Irma Pince. I can imagine the fan's face who first realized that this is just an anagram. If you rearrange the letters, it spells, I am Prince.
Wow.
And this is too similar to how Tom Riddle created his sinister nickname, Voldemort. And Severus, who admired the Dark Lord for many years, could well use his method to give his mother a new name. Besides, in the second film, Madame Pince is always somewhere near Severus. She sits next to him at the Quidditch match and the teacher's table. And there is indeed a certain resemblance between them. These are the proofs of this strange theory.
That is a very strange
theory. I would never have
theory.
mentioned it if it weren't for I Am Prince, which pays homage to I Am Lord Voldemort. This argument made me think for a moment whether the theory could be true. Thank you for watching till the end. I hope this means you found it interesting. And if so, don't forget to like, share your opinion in the comments.
If the librarian Madame Pincenez That is why her name is Pence, because it is pinch nose. She has pince nez glasses, same as me, same as Morpheus from the Matrix. But yeah, I can see how you can draw the conclusion that Madam Pence could be Eileen Prince, Snape's mother, but I think if that were the case, JK would have been a little bit more blatant about it. I mean, we've got the Ministry of Magic is Mom, MOM, and the whole story is about parents' love, or parental love, is the entirety of this story. From Voldemort to Harry, on either side of the parental love, from not at all to complete absolute. I'm glad they didn't go down the line of Snape and Umbridge having a relationship. That would have been absolute disaster, horrendous. But as still, clickbait video, clickbait thumbnail that had absolutely nothing to do with the actual video. Thankfully. May the chaos of your existence be beneficial.